45 new charms were just added to CS2 and they all have 100,000 different charm templates. This means that we have millions of brand new charm combinations to explore, and this video is your one-stop shop guide for the brand new charm collections. There's some brand new, incredibly exciting effects that I'll show you at the end of the video, so make sure you keep watching. I love my Deagle Blaze, but it's time for it to go, and the best place to sell it is on Skinland. Visit the link in the description and use code TechSavvy for a free $10 on your first sale, and if you qualify, you can even get an instant payout, not having to wait the 8-day trade protection period. You also get your money instantly if you choose to get paid out in balance, which is what I did with my Deagle Blaze, and I bought this beautiful Nomad Doppler Phase 2. There's tons of payment methods, both for cash outs and deposits, if you want to buy skins for much cheaper than the Steam market. So go check out Skinland if you want to sell your skins at the best rate, and if you want to get money instantly, even after the trade protection update. These new charms work in a pretty similar way to the old charms, so I'm not gonna go in depth on how they work in general. You can watch my previous video, but charm templates are pretty much like pattern indexes, but it affects the color mostly. And importantly, they are continuous, so two charm templates that are close to each other are gonna look very similar to each other. So let's jump into the first charm, which is gonna be the big brain charm. At low charm templates, it looks exactly like a brain, but if you get one in a higher charm template, it looks more pink, almost purpley, not very natural, so in my opinion, the low pattern templates are gonna be better. Then we have the Lil Bloody charm, which is the head of this agent. Kinda creepy, but it has some graffiti on it. It turns all sorts of weird colors, but really the only one that looks good is when it has the red graffiti, and it's actually pretty rare. You only get the red graffiti from charm templates 38,000 to 40,000. Then we have a pretty cool one, the 8 Ball IGL. It actually tells you where to go. If you shake it, it legit just tells you if you should go to A, B, or mid, and depending on the charm template, you can get it in any color of the rainbow. My personal favorite is once again the red one. It's also quite rare, only a couple thousand patterns are red. Then we have the Lil Ferno. At low charm templates at yellow, then it turns more orangey and slightly red, then it goes from pink to purple and finally ends up being blue at 100,000. I was gonna put the Butane Buddy here, it's the coolest one, but I'm gonna put it at the end for the retention, so watch the video until the end. You're not gonna want to miss this one. It is definitely the coolest one. You may have noticed that that wasn't all of the Dr. Boom charms, and that's true. It's just because the rest are not very interesting. I don't think anyone cares about the specific eye color of the gritty charm, so we're just gonna leave them out. Nobody cares about them. But moving on to the missing link community charms, these are gonna be cooler. First off, we have the Lil No. 2, which if you get it under 15,000 charm templates, it's gonna have the perfect eraser color. It's the classic pink that you always see on pencils. Then the dead weight one is actually one of my favorites, despite it being a blue. Once again, if you get a charm template under 15,000, you're gonna have this special golden zipper and red combination. And as you go up in charm template, you have a bunch of other rainbow vomit colors. I don't like these weird colored ones, but the golden zipper one is really cool. Then we have the Magmatude, which is one of my favorite charms from this new collection. From 0 to 25,000, it's red. Up to 60,000, it's gonna be orange. Then to 90,000, it's yellow. And at 100,000, it actually turns pretty green. Wasn't expecting to see green magma, but it looks pretty sick, so I'm not opposed to it. Then we have another charm that I really like, the Lil Buns, which is literally a burger, but that's where the coolness of it ends because the patterns are basically non-existent. The bun gets a little bit darker as you get to 100,000, and that's it. It's pretty boring in terms of charm templates. But the Lil Pinatita is a lot cooler. At 0 charm template, it starts off with this greenish blue color, and as you increase the charm template, it turns into a perfect CS2 fade. So that's ranging from this deep bluish purple color through purple and pink into the orangey yellowish colors of the fade. I don't have one, but I could preview it on my M4 fade, and it's absolutely stunning. Next up, we have the Lil Happy, which is based off of the Steam Happy emote that you can use in Steam chats. The emote itself is yellow, so I'm guessing people are gonna want to pick this up in yellow, which is around the 45,000 charm template mark. But there are plenty of other colors available as well, but my guess is that yellow is gonna be the most desirable. Then we have the Fire Serpent charm, which starts off looking kind of glittery at low charm templates, and it turns very metallic and almost shiny at high charm templates. The low ones are very glittery and the high ones are kinda dark, so my best guess is that somewhere in the middle is gonna be the sweet spot, but I don't know if any of these are gonna be really worth overpay. And I've left the two best charms for last. First off, we have Lil Boo. This is what it looks like when you inspect it from the Armory. It looks kind of underwhelming. I was pretty disappointed when I saw it. There's not really much pearlescence to it at all. Maybe a little bit of this baked in red on the bottom left. But as you increase the charm template and go to 100,000, that all changes. The pearlescence is here. It is beautiful. It's more pearlescent than any of the print streams, and slapping this one on the print stream, it is a perfect match. I need to get my hands on a high charm template one of these guys. And finally, we've made it to the Butane Buddy, the coolest charm of the 45 new charms. We have 7 different color variations, starting off with the rarest one, which is red. It's only the first 2,000 charm templates. Then the next 3,000 is going to be orange. Then we have yellow, a bunch of green ones, a bunch of blue ones, a couple of purple ones, and around 10,000 patterns at the end that are pink. Now the colors alone are pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure you already know why this charm is pretty special. The liquid level reacts to gravity, but what you may not have known is that the fill level is also determined by the charm template. And here's how it works. You pretty much just look at the last 3 digits of the charm template. If it's a low number, it's going to be a low fill. If it's a high number, so close to 1,000, it's going to be a high fill. So this particular one is my favorite. It is charm template 400, which is in the red color range, and because it's around in between the 0 to 1,000 mark for the last 3 digits, it's about halfway filled. And here's a 999 charm template one. It's really close to 1,000, which means that it's going to be fully filled, or at least as much as it possibly can. And if you take up the charm template just by 1, it resets to 1,000, which is a low fill level. So the fill level goes up and down every 1,000 charm templates, which is very well demonstrated by Remix's video here. And as you can see, the fill level goes up, then bumps back down. And slowly, as the fill level cycles through low and high, the color fades from red to orange to yellow, then green, into blue, purple, and finally ending on pink. This charm has the most depth by far, both physically and figuratively, out of all charms, and it's definitely my favorite. Let me know in the comments what your favorite is, and if this video hits 1,000 likes in the first week, then I'll give away a Butane Buddy to one of you guys who likes, comments, and subscribes. And make sure you add your trade link to your YouTube bio so that I can send you the charm if you win it.